Alright, I will make a short video of my experience with Sony Xperia 1 Mark III and the app called CinemaPro, and for how I use it for vlogging and what I think about this as a vlogging camera or phone. One of the reasons I actually bought this phone was the able to shoot in PAL settings like 25 FPS, and what I understand is one of the few Android phones who actually has this possibility to shoot in 25 FPS, and some can wonder why it's important, but for me I think it's a huge benefit since I can combine the material I shoot with the phone with my regular cameras is also shooting in 25 FPS, so that's one of the big selling point for me anyway. And when you will use this app and start filming something or shooting something, you have to like open or create a project. You can actually create one project for, in my case I have make one project called 2K 25 FPS, and I have one project called 4K 25 FPS, and I have also one project called 2K 60 FPS, and that one I use if I want to have like more slow motion. I can slow down and then render it out in 25 FPS or whatever. And when you create the project, you choose like resolution in 4K or 2K, and you can also choose the different frame rate setting you want to, FPS setting you want to have, and it's 24, 25, 30 and 60, and as I mentioned, for me it's 25 since I'm in Europe and in Sweden, so, and my other cameras are shooting that one. Also for me I choose to shoot in 2K instead of 4K because I think 4K will maybe do a little bit bigger media files, and also the app I render the material out is in this phone is filmorago, and I have the paid version of that app also, but I can't figure out if it's possible to render the media file out bigger than full HD, so I see no real point of shooting in 4K if the end material will be in full HD anyway, so anyway, that was the reason one of the main reasons I choose this phone as my new phone, upgraded phone. Another reason was it has a mic input, a head or a headphone jack. Most people who I see make review this phone only talk about you can connect like a headphone or something like this, but you can actually connect external mic also, and I'm surprised that no one actually talk about this. I saw one guy talk about this, but he also mentioned that you cannot get any like signal from the external mic to this one, but that's partly true. One of the reasons I think he failed to have any signal from the external mic because he has a TRS connection, and unless your microphone can connect with TRRS, you need an adapter from TRS to TRRS, and in my case I just bought a very cheap Boya adapter and it worked flawless. So I will talk about my audio or mic setup later. What else can I say? Yeah, when you start, if you do like 25 FPS and have like one project, you can choose between different lenses you want to record in, and this you can actually change. Why if you not record, you cannot change when you are on record set while you are recording, but you can change between the takes, so to say. And you have like 16, 24, 70 and 105, but I think 24 is maybe the main lens in this phone, but 16 is maybe more suitable if you're gonna shoot yourself and talk to the audience, like you doing selfie with the video. Another thing that I also found out with this app is that you can only shoot in 21:9 aspect ratio. You cannot change to the aspect ratio when you're shooting with this Cinema Pro app. But you can change. You see like the bars there on the side. This actually show that this is 16:9. So if you shoot everything inside this, it's 16:9. So you can, if you put the material to your computer or something and want to work with it there and combine it with other 16:9, you can actually see now when you're recording how the footage will look. And also if you have if you record in 4K and want to render out in full HD on the computer or something, you can crop in and move the picture a little bit, so you can even if you slightly miss what you're shooting, you can correct it later. For me also, when I do vlogging, because I'm not a professional cinematographer or anything like this, I'm just a regular guy with a bunch of cameras that are walking around and take video, and I want to make it so easily as possible for myself. So I seldom change the white balance. I have it on auto, and also focus I have it on auto. And ISO, when I doing vlog, I try to have the lowest ISO possible, and you can choose between from 64 up to 800, and then you try to find the shutter speed. But I since I'm shooting in 25 FPS, I never I actually never try to be under 50 FPS here, so to say. So I think it's at least twice. I don't really care about if it's way higher, because it's my material is, as I say, it's not professional and just for YouTube, and it's as easy as possible. So if I think for me it's more important to have lower ISO, so I have the cleaner picture than like the correct shutter speed. Some people are very serious about it. You have like always like 50. If you shoot 25, you have like 50 in shutter. But I'm not so serious about this. One other thing is, when you have press record, you can't change the ISO while you're recording, or you can't change the FPS settings either, or you can't change the audio or anything. So that's one of the downfall things I don't really like with this app, because if you shooting like motorsport like I do, and you have like challenging light setting, like you have maybe you're shooting on a Sunday, and when you point the camera in one direction, it's and set all settings to that direction with the sun in and everything like this, and then when you maybe follow a car moving from point A to point B, everything will change, and then you cannot really change it while recording, and there's no like that the camera will auto adjust anything. It's you stuck what you have when you start recording. So that's one thing I don't really like with this one. Also, if you going to a car meeting and go and walk and talk and make like a huge maybe, so let's say 10-minute long video where you're walking and talking on a different car, you can't change the settings while you're recording. You have to press stop and then change the settings. So I think in that case maybe a regular action camera or video camera or is more suitable for that kind of vlogging. So that's something that I found out with this one. It's not maybe the best app for me when I do vlogs. With the regular camera app, it's more easy. Then in that case, you can just put it in basic, and it will actually adjust everything while you're recording. If you, let's say, shooting in one direction where there's a lot of sun, and then walking, and then you go to a lower a place where it's low light and or more shady or something like this, the app itself will auto-correct everything, and so it's way more easy. But in this app here, it's you limited to 30 FPS, I think. I haven't really found out any other settings. Maybe you can actually do 60, but you can't film in 25 anyway. And if I'm wrong, hey, please correct me, but that's what I found anyway. And another thing that I found out with this CinemaPro app, that the codec will always be H.265. It's not H.264. So for me, who if I take the material out and will edit it on my computer, and I have an older version of Vegas, I have to convert the file from 265 to 264, and there is different program you can use there, free and download, but it's just another kind of extra step that you have to do. And the media file from when they convert like from 265 to something you can actually edit in the older version of Vegas, is going to be a huge file, so it's going to take up a lot of space. I think in the newer version of Vegas, they actually can handle 265, so I will actually buy this one maybe next month or something, so I can more easily work and render this media file from this phone. Another thing that I found a little bit tricky is, let's say that you walking and filming different cars, and then you will film yourself, and you have to set all the settings correctly, and then hopefully the material will come out. The material will be correct with the exposure and everything like this. So it's a little bit tricky, I think. That's what I noticed with this one. Other than that, I really like the 21-9 aspect ratio. I really think it's fun to use, and when I upload for myself, like on Facebook or when I upload it, it's kind of look good. I think it's, I don't know, it just feel fresh in a way. It's not like regular 16:9 aspect ratio, so I like it. And as maybe you know from other review, you can change the look if you have different look of the material you film. Many people talk about Venice, that kind of look, but I prefer actually NA, the regular. I think that is more, because I want to see like the color and everything in the cars that I was shooting. So okay, I will show you how I set up my video rig with this one and why I choose the stuff I use. Okay, this is how I like to run my video rig for this mobile phone. Actually not specific just this mobile phone, but other mobile phone also. I have in this case a 7 Oak mobile holder, and I think the full name is SKPSC1. And the benefit with this one is that you have one cold shoe over here, and you have one core-in screw hole over here, and if you want you can connect the other equipment to this screw hole there. And in this case it's you have a 90-degree angle adapter, and you have a video light, also on 7 Oak. But I seldom run the camera like this. It's a little bit bulky, I think, to have, but you have the option to do it anyway. And there is benefits with it, because you can hold it in one hand and you can shoot like how to say, if you are in a car meeting, for my case, and shoot in an engine bay, you can easily do it with this setup. But normally I don't have the lamp or lights on, because I think it's too bulky, and you can easily you can you might as well just hold it in the other hand and point where you want to have the light. So, but there is an option anyway. And also, as you can see, I have Rode stereo mic attached to this one, and I like this stereo mic because it's like the mic is up instead of it's gonna protrude in the front and be in the field of view when you're recording. I think if you're recording in 2470 or 105, it's not gonna be an issue. But if you have a mic that protrude further away from the camera and you shoot with 16, it's very easy that the mic will be in the frame that you shoot. So that's why I like this also. And another very huge benefit with the stereo mic is that you can, on the mic itself, you have 3 different settings of how much audio is going to pick up. That's decibel settings. You have -10, 0 and +20. And when you connect our external mic to the phone, for some reason the signal is very weak. I don't know why it's like that. So like now it's on 0, and even if I have on 5 here, it's barely picking up my voice when I'm talking like this. Okay, I know that the mic is not in my direction now, but even so, even if I have it in my direction, it's not gonna pick up that much audio. And that's why I think this mic is excellent for this one, because you can just put it up to +20, and also of course you can change the audio settings how much you want, but I think you don't want to have too much audio in the phone itself. I think it's better to change in the mic. Maybe I'm wrong here, but that's what I do anyway. Also, one of the big benefit with this microphone is for me example, if I'm shooting racing or camera racing with one car coming like from a distance and closing in, when it's on a distance, it's the audio might be on the correct, it will not break up or peak. But when the car are coming closer, it may be too much noise for app to handle, so it's gonna peak. The audio gonna peak. And when you are on record, while you're recording, you can't change the audio input, so you have to stop recording if you're gonna change it. So you see, I'm not sure you can see now. So I can't change the audio input now when I'm recording. But what I can do with this one, if I start with +20 and the car are closing in and it's gonna be like a very noisy environment, I can just lower it to -0 or -10. So in that way I can actually change how much volume I want to record, so it's not gonna peak. So that's one huge benefit I think with this mic. And also, as I mentioned before, if you're gonna connect the external mic to this phone, you need to be able to have a TRRS connection. Some microphones, not this one, but some microphones has actually you can choose between TRS connection or TRRS connection, but in this case here it's always TRS, so that's why I need an adapter to convert the signal to this one, and then it works flawlessly. So that's how I like to set it up. Also, if I want to have if I know I will recording a lot during one day and I need more battery, of course I can always connect it to a power bank or something, but there is actually, you lands have one grip that you can put under here and then connect it to the phone and recharge it when it's like when you use it. So it's very good options. And also, if you think this is gonna be too long, you can take this small handle here away and connect this one here instead. So I think it's pretty good. So, alright, that's how I use this video rig. Not particular professional gear review or anything like this, but I just want to talk a little bit because I know there's a lot. I have a lot of questions myself before I bought this phone and how to use it. And yeah, actually, there's one more thing that I will say. When I saw like actually two more things I will say. When I saw reviews on this camera, and specifically low light, when they filming in low light, it looked like the picture was coming out very good. But for me, I don't manage to get a good low light picture when using this app. So I was kind of disappointed in that one. I'm not sure if I'm doing everything right or if something I'm missing. But I think it's way too noisy, and the low light setting is not like well, I'm not impressed anyway. But it's, I mean, you can if you have decent light, it's a good one. But as soon as it's gonna be kind of more dark, you're gonna see a lot of noise and stuff like this. And also what I wish that had, but I think it's because of the CinemaPro app, the image stabilization is not that great in this app. I actually thought that the stabilization would be much better than it is. So that was a little bit disappointing for me. I think if I use the regular phone app or regular camera app, this one here has actually a very good stabilization. But then you, as I mentioned before, you bound to 30 FPS, and for some people who shooting that, I think that's great. But for me, who shooting 25, it's not that great. So, all right, that's all I'll have to say about this. So, short one.